Here. All right. Sorry about this. We've had some technical difficulties tonight, and also, unfortunately, make sure that my audio is on because that's the last thing we need right now to have that as a hiccup. We're a little bit late tonight, about an hour behind schedule due to some technical problems and trying to get a few things updated here software-wise. So apologies for the late start, and apologies. This is going to be rather brief for this evening, as we only have about 20 minutes before we get on to News 12 at 11, so I've got to get that ready to go here in just a little bit. So this is going to be a little bit less information than what we have seen, but we'll try to get to as much as we possibly can here in about the next 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Time waits for no one, so here we go. 92, the high temperature today, within 7 of a record that has stood since 1984. And also looking at low temperature, very exactly where it should be for today. A record low that was set 1 year after that, back in 1985. So getting back to the year of Footloose in that area. We're seeing, again, low temperatures overnight. Going to be back into around the upper 60s to lower 70s. The Appalachians, the slopes there, will be seeing better potential of lower 60s, so a little bit more comfortable at that location, so not doing too bad. Excuse me. Allergies still causing problems. A few folks out and about down in Coolidge Park, and a few folks were on the footbridge earlier, but not seeing too much of a problem for this evening, so not doing too bad out across much of the region. Temperatures are comfortable. We are back into the lower 80s at the airport, higher dew points, and so it feels a little hotter. Temperatures of heat index, even after the sun has gone down, in the lower to mid 80s. So we are seeing a little bit difference on the temperatures there. Regional temperatures also showing through back into the high 70s to low 80s, and not seeing much relief anytime soon, unfortunately, the way things are going. The big picture is showing little, if anything, really actually happening where we are, and add to that little, if anything, really changing. Winds are kind of wandering on through, very much on the variable side, and beyond that, just not much happening. High pressure, this very strong area of high pressure sticking around back to around the western Atlantic, and that combined with an area of low pressure approaching the Bahamas and off the east coast, that is where we're seeing this moisture coming from, made its way through, kind of like a conveyor belt system, with all this making its way over this direction here. This is also keeping our latest storm system at bay, so there's really not much of anything going on that's going to be giving us more chances of showers and thunderstorms. Now, this is going to be fighting against this as we see this storm system make its way a little farther down toward us, but that's going to take the better part of the rest of going into the weekend before we see any chance of showers and thunderstorms about ready to head our direction. So that's going to be about the best that we can do for the time being. Now, for the next several days, the good news is right now the National Weather Service has not posted anything in the way of a heat alert. The counties that you see well back up here toward New England, the Ohio River Valley, the orange is, again, heat advisories when you get to a heat index temperature of 105 plus. We're not seeing any of that being posted here. Going into the weekend, I think that's possible, and I'll show you why coming up here in just a little bit. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get on to that for right now before we see anything else happening. Island Cove Marine and Resort on the EPB Fiber Optics WeatherCam Network, and you can catch all these weather cameras at wdef.com/weather. Tomorrow is Show Your Stripes Day. It's also going to be seeing temperatures a little bit hotter and then stair-stepping upwards into the next several days after that. More chances of showers and thunderstorms from Sunday evening, Monday morning onwards, and through the rest of this next week. We will see chances of showers and thunderstorms out there. Isolated only. We're not looking at a great deal at this point in time. It is also National Lightning Safety Awareness Week starting this Sunday and going all the way through next week. We'll have quizzes and updates in regards to what's going on with the temperatures there in just a little bit, and what you can expect where it comes to lightning information here at News 12. You may have heard about this. Again, Alberto formed yesterday, tropical storm. It is now tropical depression Alberto, and basically has fallen apart. So there's really, watching the symbol here disappear means that the National Hurricane Center is no longer treating this as anything more than just a swirling collection of rain and clouds over northern Mexico. But Alberto is not alone. Looking down toward the Bay of Campeche and also around Central America, right there in the last couple of hours, the disturbance has now become a lot more active and also kind of coordinated here. So this is going to be moving its way into the warmer waters, following on the heels of Alberto. So this could be our B named storm right behind the A named storm. And as an added bonus, those two are not alone. Looking out into the Atlantic, we see this orange area here. That's an area of development. Earlier, it was 40% for the next several days. This is where it could be causing a problem around, say, Orlando, all the way back up to South Carolina and coastal Georgia. It's too close to the coast at this point. Unless it gets a bunch of energy from the Gulf Stream, I doubt we're going to be seeing anything here to give us anything in the way of a hurricane. But with that loop current supplying the Gulf current with a lot of heat, that is a good possibility that we could see that taking place in the next couple of days. Tomorrow is Climate Stripes Day. Don't tell me I didn't lose it. There we go. Climate stripes were developed by a climate scientist at the University of Reading in England. The global warming stripes showing over time what has happened to the global temperature. This one from Chattanooga, and this one is much different. It's much different now than what it was a couple of years ago. A lot more data in here. And if you'd like to see what Chattanooga's looks like, you can go to climatecentral.org, or you can go for just general places like Memphis or Nashville, but it'll still tell you the whole story. You can go to showyourstripes.info for more information on this and see what the fuss is all about and why we all need to pay more attention to climate change. Show Your Stripes Day is coming up tomorrow. Field Day for amateur radio is coming up this weekend. Again, please get out and take a look around. If you see anything in the way of tents and antennas around where there usually aren't, again, Field Day is a big contest where amateur radio operators and clubs try to contact as many other amateur radio operating clubs in a sort of contest. There's all sorts of other prizes that can be won. ARRL.org, and find out where the amateur radio places are at their website. And remember, it's more than just a catchphrase. It's true. When all else fails, amateur radio works, if you'd like to see a little bit more about that. All right, going to be wrapping things up here in a minute, but not before we show you our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. Thank you very much, Bonnie Whitmer from Cohutta, Georgia, getting a picture of some very colorful daylilies in some full sunshine. If you'd like to see that, all you have to do is go to our social media pages or to wdef.com/photos. You can drop your picture off at all of these locations, Facebook, X, or Instagram in the comments section. You can email them to us, or again, you can go to wdef.com/photos to see what everybody else is posting and to drop yours off to submit them for the Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day if you'd like to check that out. All right, focusing on heat again, and this is the time of the year to remember to check the car to make certain that you know that everybody, especially the teeny tiny kids, and please don't leave your pets at home. Don't take your pets and leave them in the car. If I see that happening and the car's not running, I'm calling the police or I'm smashing the window. And I feel I would be justified in doing that to rescue anyone who's in there. It's a really bad idea to do that. If the air conditioning's on and the pet has water, that's great. But leaving a kid in a car with the keys going and the engine going, that's asking for trouble. And in Memphis, that was a very bad no-no right there. And again, at this time of the year, time to make certain you're getting everything taken care of. So on a typical 80-degree day with full sunshine, within how many minutes does it take a car to get to 109 degrees Fahrenheit on the interior of the cabin? 10, 20, 30, or 40? 75% of you said 10. The answer from 25% of you was actually 20 minutes. That's all it takes to get to a very dangerous level of heat. So something to think about there. Vote in our next poll at WDEF.com. Use the QR code to get to the information there. And thanks to everybody for voting in our friendinroofing.com weather poll question of the day. Think that's going to have to do it at this point because, again, we've got 10 minutes left. And again, I apologize for the very short broadcast netcast that we have here tonight, but unfortunately, needs as must at this point. Thanks to everybody for signing up, especially on Twitch. Got a bunch of new subscribers. Thank you very much for coming along for the ride. And also on YouTube, thank you very much again for following along and watching what's going on here. As always, you can get to our website at the bottom of the screen, wdef.com/weather. Email address if you want to contact me at aonek@wdef.com. Should mention, again, at the website and located right down here. I'm on two different cameras. So, on YouTube, there it is, and on Twitch, down there. That is our 7-day forecast. That's one of the graphics that you can pick up at wdef.com/weather. Chip Chapman will have your forecast bright and early on Friday morning. We made it to the end of the week, and everything should go quiet, if not hot, for the next few days. So again, please remember to take it easy. Lots of water in the next few days. Put back what your body sweats away, and watch out with you and others for signs of heat injury. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek, live and direct from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee on Thursday evening, the 20th. Happy first day of summer. We are now in the next season. I'll have to bring out the autumn countdown clock at some point in time. I'm definitely a cooler weather type of person. Summer is not my favorite season. More on News 12 tonight at 11, tomorrow on the morning show, and stay tuned for more again on our website, wdef.com/weather. Thanks for joining us for Weather Overtime for Thursday, the 20th of June.